Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, are there any flavors of this beer that Big Lake doesn't do? Mango Haze is a 5.5% New England style IPA from Big Lake Brewing in Holland, Michigan. Holland sure has been featured in a lot of these reviews lately. This time I'm looking at a beer from a different Holland brewery, and that is Big Lake Brewing. Big Lake has several of these. I really don't know what to call them other than flavored New England style IPAs, all using the Lake Haze IPA as their base. Now, every one of these beers has in their description, in quotes, New England IPA with loads of juicy citra and mosaic hops, end quote. Now, I think that's really cool that they're able to diversify from that one beer, and we all know that hazies have been a thing for a few years now. I reviewed Lake Haze a couple years back. I'll leave a link to the video in the description below. But a lot has changed in beer over the last couple years, so let's take this one at its own merit. But we got to do that by getting it into a glass, and first, we're going to do what we do. It's label time. All right, so this one, like all the other Lake Hazes, or all the, blood orange haze and cotton candy haze, and, they have like a pine haze one now that they're putting out. We'll start from the top. It says, has Big Lake Brewing up at the top with Lake Michigan, Big Lake Brewing, Holland, Michigan, across the top and around the entire label, and this says Mango Haze, Juicy New England IPA. It has a mango that has had a piece cut out of it and a tie-dyed pattern behind it. If we turn it around, it says Certified Michigan Only Brewery, Certified Brewers Association Independent Craft Beer. And then it says a New England IPA featuring citra and mosaic hops and brewed with real mangoes, has the American flag. 1.16 fluid ounces. Dive in. Please recycle Holland, Michigan, biglakebrewing.com. Deposit 10 cents in Michigan. And then the other side it has Big Lake Brewing in Holland, Michigan. There is no canned on number, date, anything like that on these cans or on this specific can, but I feel pretty safe to think that this was at least within the last maybe month and a half, 2 months at the very most. I'm going to use the Tiku glass today. We're going to crack this and get a smell on the can, get a nose on it. Alrighty. All right, it has a bit of a dank aroma. It has kind of a biting mango aroma, actually. It does actually smell like mango. But it's very dank. It has almost a dank, kind of stinky smell in there, but it's also a little bit sweet. So let's go ahead and pour this. It's hazy coming right out of the can. It's yellow, but very hazy. You can tell there's something going on in there. I'm going to let this settle, not pour too crazy, have it go over. It's a good, probably about 2 fingers worth of head. It's a little off-white, maybe like a little more orangey white, but I smell a lot of mango, a lot of fruit aroma coming directly off of this can, off of this glass. And as you can see from the head, the overhead of the head, it's still hanging in there really strong. The cross section, the bubbles are a little bit larger, but across the top, they're super tiny, super compact. Little, bursting bubbles in there. Let's put a nose on the glass. Yeah, you get, if you're looking for mango, you're going to get mango out of this one, at least out of the aroma department. So let's go ahead and hold up to the light, take a look. Super, super hazy. Not, yeah, there's no way I'm seeing through that. I can see shadow, but I'm not seeing any detail. I'm seeing that I'm putting something in between the light and this glass, but other than that, it has a nice yellow, straight up yellow color to it. It looks like pineapple juice. Maybe a little bit darker than that. But yeah, still smelling that mango, still getting a little bit of a dankness. There's a sweetness in there, almost like a sweet tart, kind of crushed sweetness that I can get off the glass. The dankness, though, is almost non-existent here out of the glass. So I'm ready to dive into this one. Cheers. It's really good. It's really good. I've kind of been avoiding the Big Lake Haze series because, like I said, they all use that base kind of beer, and I was hoping that they'd be a little bit different. I think I tried like the Sparty Party and the Mason Brew or whatever the U of M one was that they had. Those seemed really similar. I was kind of taking a little bit of a break from the hazes from Big Lake, but this is, it's, you know, what you see is and what you read is what you get. I'm getting a lot of it's got a nice mouthfeel, nice pillowy, fluffy mouthfeel. Getting a lot of mango, getting a lot of citrus. I'm getting a lot of citrus. I'm almost, there's, on the swallow as it goes down, there is this little bit of a citrus bitterness, the hoppiness. It's like a zesty kind of citrus bitterness. But yeah, you get a lot of, there's like a fragrant, like the mango kind of fragrance that you get off of the glass, you're also getting in the taste. It's like as it kind of goes down, as you swallow, as it washes over your tongue, this kind of fragrance, this aroma, this almost perfumey nature of the mango comes up and through, and you feel it in the on your palate, but you also kind of feel it kind of coming out of your nose a little bit. That's a really good flavor. That's, if you have, like me, have been kind of avoiding, you know, the Big Lake stuff, because like I said, they all seem like they use that Lake Haze base and then they add on to it with different fruits or different flavors. Yeah, this one, this is the real deal. It has a really nice mango flavor. It's 5.5%, if you can believe that. And that's directly off their website. That's a pretty, this is probably one of the better New England style IPAs that I've had that are that low ABV. Most of the time you get a New England style IPA and it can be like, you know, 6, 7, around 7% is where they usually kind of land, like right, you know, plus minus like 0.5%. But when you start to drop lower than that, I notice that you start to get maybe more artificial, not necessarily artificial, but they start to substitute things that they would, you know, they might use like a monk fruit, or they might use some kind of thing that like kind of can keep it low ABV, or maybe, but the flavor is also usually sacrificed in that. And there's not too many New England styles that are under 6 that really have full flavor, but this one does. Like I said, it's got that fluffy kind of mouthfeel. It's got the mango in there, and there is a bitterness quality to it. So if you're, you know, if you're an IPA, traditional IPA person, and you're like, well, I don't like hazies because they don't really have any bitterness to it, this one has a little bit of a bitterness to it. So that's interesting that it has that bit of a difference to it. But I don't pick it up until really the very end, like the very end of the swallow, the kind of the aftertaste that kind of clings and hangs around on your palate, on your tongue, on your taste buds. That's where I'm picking up on the very slight bitterness that it does have. But maybe I'll be rethinking this, kind of hold off on the Big Lake Haze series, because I think that Mango Haze has just resold me on the whole thing. All right, friends, that has been Mango Haze from Big Lake Brewing in Holland, Michigan. Have you had this beer, or do you have a favorite in Big Lake's Haze line, or maybe a favorite Big Lake beer in general? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe, you might want to like, you might want to share this video. I'm doing this whole beer thing twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, all for free for viewers just like you. I'm also doing these beer briefs, and you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries, and most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.